Regular expressions is an extremely useful tool for any developer to have in his arsenal. Unfortunately, regular expressions are both very compact and also perplexing. In this episode, it's going to be like a very brief cheat sheet into regular expressions. Yes, in a podcast, we are going to study regular expressions, from the most simple concepts up to look behind and look ahead, which are quite of the most perplexing parts of the regular expressions, but you'll see that we'll be able to actually cover all the topics, and by the end of this episode, I would like you to fluently control really the main core concepts of regular expressions, including the look behind and the look ahead, because eventually it's simple. It only depends on the explanation. So without further ado, let's begin. We'll start with the most simple regular expression. It's simply a text. Let's say that I want to filter some text for the word cat. Okay, so I just write cat, C-A-T, as the regular expressions. And it would look at the string, and when it finds the cat, it would just filter it. Regular expressions also have modifiers. So usually, for example, in VI or on other tools, you specify the regular expression itself, like the cat, and then you also specify the modifiers. The modifiers are either specified after a slash or as a separate argument. The first modifier is, let's say I specify cat, but the cat appears in the text with a large first capital letter, capital C and then AT. So if I specified in the regular expression lower letter cat, lower CAT, then it would not find it. The way to find it is simply to pass a single letter. Most of the modifiers are like a single letter. The single letter for case insensitive is I insensitive. So if you specify cat and then the modifier I, it would look for cat and it doesn't care about the sensitiveness of the word. So remember, the modifier I is for insensitive, cat and the modifier I. The I modifier, as we said, is relating to case insensitive, I. G is global. So whatever string you're looking for, let's say I'm looking for a cat, it would find all the cats. So if I have 5 cats in a story, it would find all the 5 cats. The dot and the star. The dot will match a single character. So if I have C dot AT, it would match C and then any character, any single character, and then AT. So it would match 4 characters. The first character must be C because I said C. The second character, because it's a dot, can be any character but not a new line. The third character must be A because we said A. And the fourth character would be T. So C dot AT would match C, any character, AT. When we specify backslashes in regular expression, this means a shortcut within the regular expression. So if you specify backslash D, this means match any digit. Note that the D should be a lowercase, and this would be a repeating theme. So many of the shortcuts like backslash D and a few more that we'll just see means if it's the slower letter D, then this means match positively, match this type of characters. Backslash D is digits. And if it's backslash capital letter D, this means match anything which is not a digit. So which other backslashes do we have? We have the backslash W, which means match any word character, A to Z, capital A to Z, 0 to 9, and underscore. Any word character. Now the backslash, capital letter W, You guessed it, match any non-word character. The \s means that you match any white space character. So, and you have a few more like this. You have \r for carriage return, you have \n for new line, \t for tab, and \f for form feed. Remember that we said that the lowercase s matches whitespace character? So what do you think would match the capital letter S? Non-whitespace character. And now for some square braces magic. If you have a square brace and then a few letters like a square brace CAT, cat within square braces, this would mean match either C or A or T. Okay, so you specify multiple letters consequently inside the square brackets and it would match any character which exists within them. Because we didn't specify any star, then it would match only a single character, but it could be any of the characters that exist within the square brackets. If I have square brackets CA inside the square brackets and then outside the square brackets consequently T, so it could match CT or AT because we had in the square brackets CA, so it could match either C or A. So either CT or AT because the T is outside the square brackets. Previously, with the backslash, we said that lowercase letters denote the thing. So lowercase \s is white space. Lowercase backslash w means a word character. But if you want the reverse inside the square brackets where we said that it's matching a single character, then you type like the power sign. You know, you do 2 power 3. Okay, this is like the small hat, the small triangle hat above the 6 number. So if you do like power a character, it's the reverse of it. So if you have square brackets, the sign power, and then cat, this would mean match anything, any letter which is not either C, not A, and not T, any other letter, because we specify the power character just within the square brackets. Regular expressions is the language of shortcuts. So what happens if we want within the square brackets to specify all the letters, all the lower letters from A to Z? What we do is do A dash Z inside square brackets. So it's like A minus Z. Okay, but if you put A minus Z lowercase inside the square brackets, it would match any character, which is lowercase. And of course, you can put many other characters with a minus sign inside the square brackets. So we said that lowercase a to z, a minus z inside square brackets matches all the lowercase letters from a to z. Bigger case, uppercase a to z, matches all the uppercase letters a to z. 0, the digit 0 minus 9, 0 to 9 inside square brackets matches all the digits. And you can combine them. So if inside the square brackets you do a minus z, and then immediately uppercase a minus uppercase z, it would match any character a to z, doesn't matter if it's capital or lowercase letter. Remember that we said that the hat, like the power sign, inside the square brackets is the reverse. So if I do square brackets and then hat a to z lowercase, a to z larger case, it would match any character which is not a letter. And if I combine them all, a to z, capital letter a to z, 0 to 9, all consequently inside the square brackets, it would match any character or digit. So we covered backslashes, we covered the dot, the star, the hat, the square brackets, and now to the curly braces. The curly braces means I can match the thing that comes before it, the number of times that you specify in the curly braces. So if I do cat curly braces, inside the curly braces I do 2, it means that the T can appear twice because the curly braces 2 appear just after the T. So the T can appear twice. But what if I want the whole cat to appear twice? I want to match cat cat. So I do cat inside standard round braces, and then immediately after it, curly braces 2, the 2 inside the curly braces. So if the curly braces sees that before it has standard brackets, it would match it. What if I want to see the word cat from 3 times, minimum 3 times, up to 5 times? In the curly braces, I would put 2, 3. Okay? What if I want a sign to appear at least once? Any character to appear at least once? So we said that the star captures it to be appearing 0 or more times, and the plus sign means to catch it to appear at least one time. So previously we said that the hat means the reverse if it's inside the square brackets. But if the hat appears in the beginning of the regular expression, it means this is the beginning. So if I do hat, the sign, right? Hat, cat, this means that the word cat must appear at the beginning of the line. The dollar is at the end of the line. So if I do hat, cat, dollar, this means the line must begin with cat and also must end with cat. Okay, and because I didn't specify any star or any dot, it would not match anything else. The line must be cat because it starts with the cat, it ends with the cat, and there's nothing but a cat. What if I want to match either a cat or a dog or a fly? Okay, so what you do is that if I put them inside square brackets, it would match each letter because inside square brackets it's like every letter. What I need to do is simple. Just surround cat, pipe, dog, pipe, fly. Pipe is the pipe sign. Cat, pipe, dog, pipe, fly. Inside all this, not inside square brackets, but inside round brackets. And this would match either the word cat or the word dog or the word fly. By now, you won't believe it, but you know so much about regular expressions. Even by now, you know much more than the average developer. You know really a lot about regular expressions. You know the square brackets, you know the hat, you know that inside regular brackets you put words. You know that the hat at the beginning is the beginning of the line, the dollar is the end of the line, and how you manipulate things with backslashes, backslash W, backslash R, backslash capital letter W. Okay, this is a whole lot of information. And now we have come to the pinnacle, to the top of the regular expressions. And if you master this, I tell you, you know more than 95% of the developers. Because now we're getting to the look ahead and look behind, which is quite perplexing. So the thing to know about look ahead and look behind is that look ahead will match a character, but it will look ahead and will say, I will match this character, for example, C, the letter C, only if there is another condition just after the C. And there is a positive look ahead and a negative look ahead, which means in a positive look ahead, you're saying, I'm matching this expression only if something appears after it. And you can say also negative look ahead. I'm matching this expression only if the next expression that I'm specifying will not appear. In the look behind, you're saying, I'm matching this expression if it's positive, only if something appeared before it. In the negative look behind, you're saying, I'm matching this expression only if something did not appear before it. Okay? So we'll start with the positive look ahead. Let's say we say C, round brackets, listen now, we put a question mark, equal, and then some character, let's say T. Okay, so this was because The question mark is there because we're saying, only if this condition applies, and equals means this is the condition, okay? So we do C square round brackets because we want the whole condition of the question mark equals and the next character to appear inside the round bracket. I'll repeat. C round brackets, inside it question marks equal T. Okay, so the C means I want to match C. And then it sees that it has a round bracket, and inside the round brackets, it sees that it has question mark equal T. So it's saying, oh, I won't match the C just like it because I saw a question mark and an equal. So I will match the C only if I see T next to it. Because you told me C round brackets question mark equal T. That's it. That's it. You just specified the current character to match and the next character that must appear after it. That's it. And in order to specify the next character, you just put it inside round brackets and do question mark equal. So question mark equal character T. This means I want to match the current character C only if the T appears after it. And one if you don't want the T to appear after it, just put So for now we have reached the positive look ahead and look behind, which means that if you control this, you will know like more than 95% of what developers know about regular expressions with what we said before with the square brackets, with the backslash W, which is word, with the round brackets, with the pipe, with all that we mentioned before, you know more than 50% of the developers, and now with the look ahead and look behind, you would know more than 95% of the developers know about regular expressions. So we have positive look ahead, which means if I want to match something, but only if something appears after it. We have the negative look ahead, which means I want to match something only if something does not appear after it. Okay? We have the positive look behind, which means I want to match something only if something appears before it, because it's positive look behind. And we have the negative look behind, which means I want to match something only if something does not appear before it, because it's negative look behind. So you're looking either forward to the next item and deciding if this item, if there is a condition that applies, then this is a positive look ahead, and I want to match the current character. So let's say that we want to match the letter T, but only if the letter A comes after it. What we do, we first put the T, and then inside one bracket, we do the condition. The condition is that the letter A comes after it. So we do question marks equals, why question mark equals? Because it's a condition. So you do round brackets, question marks equal A. So T round brackets, question mark equal A means I want to match the T, but only those T's where A appears after it. And if you want a negative look ahead, which means I want to match the letter T only if A does not appear after it, then you replace the equal with exclamation mark. So the thing to remember about look ahead and look behind is that you use the round brackets to put the condition inside them. You put question marks always. You always begin the condition of the look ahead and look behind with a question mark. And then you either put an equal or an exclamation mark. Equal for a positive look ahead, look behind, and an exclamation mark for a negative look ahead, look behind. So if I want to match A, only if T does not appear after it. What do? We put A first, then inside round brackets, we put a condition. In the condition, we just write a question mark, exclamation mark, T, because we don't want a T to appear. So we put exclamation mark and not equals. And now for the look behind, it's quite similar. In the look behind, we first start with the condition because the condition comes before what we want to match. It's look behind. We're looking behind and then applying the condition. So we look behind. So we start with the round brackets because we put the condition. In the condition, we put the question mark, less than, equal, and the condition. For example, if we want to match T only if A appears before it, what do? start with condition, round brackets, question marks, less than, equal, A. We want the condition, we want A to appear before, and then we close the round brackets and we put T. This would match T only if A appears before it. What if we want to match T only if A does not appear before it? We start with the condition because we are looking behind. Round brackets, question mark, less than, it's a look behind. Instead of equals, we put exclamation mark, A, closed round brackets, and then T. This would say match T only if A does not appear before it. Very simple, very simple. In the look ahead, you put the condition after what you want to match. In the look behind, you put the condition before what you want to match. In both cases, you put the condition inside round brackets. You use the question marks in all of them. Negative look behind, positive look behind, everything you put exclamation mark because it's the condition of the look ahead or look behind. Then you either use the equal or the exclamation mark for not. Negative look behind, okay? And when you do look behind, you also put the less than sign because it's a look behind. And I think that now you should be able to know more than 95% of what developers know about regular expression. We covered backslashes, we covered square brackets, round brackets, curly braces, shortcuts. We said that uppercases means the negative. We said that the head side at the beginning means the beginning of the line. The dollar means the end of the line. The head side inside square brackets means the reverse of what we put in the square brackets. Any character we put inside the square brackets means match any of them. And the look ahead is some condition that we want to match, and then the look ahead condition. Only if the current would be applied, would be matched only if the next condition applies. We put the next condition inside round brackets and then question mark because this is the look ahead, and then equals, and then what we want to match. I think this was very interesting, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you for listening.